Hello everyone, it's Tilly from Tilly Journals and welcome back to my channel. I'm here to wrap up September's budget and set up for October. As usual, I have a budget kit from Colourful & Co, and I this month have Cappuccino. I just thought it was amazing autumnal-y colours. I also have all of these washies, which are all from Simply Gilded, I believe, there. And yeah, my budget planner ready. I've got some stickers pulled out here in my Planner Face reusable sticker album. I do PR for Planner Face. I don't PR for Colourful & Co, but you can use Tilly10 to save at Colourful & Co. So yeah, I think that's it. That's all I need to say. So let's start off by having a little look through how September has gone. It is only the 26th of September now, so obviously not quite finished. There's lots of business spending on there. The monthly spread is still blank as usual. I can't fill any of this out yet because it's the 26th, so there's like 4 days left in the month, so I don't want to fill this in until then, and we haven't actually been paid yet, so I can't fill any of this in, so I'm not going to show that in this video. But I am no longer editing for myself all of my videos. 2 of my videos are being edited by other people, so I basically need to get them the footage earlier. So yeah, I can't quite show you the end budget, but I can show you where we're at so far and what we're up to so far. So on the first of the month, let's flip through what we actually spent in September. On the first month, we bought a pet plan, which is £12.50 a cat, so we have £25 for that. We paid our mortgage, which is £1,400. I paid my baked in subscription, which is my baking box subscription, for 3 months for £42. And I also paid my Patreon for Cindy Gunterbaldo, which is £4.80. One of us bought a question bank for exams for £40. We bought my future mother-in-law a present for £25.94, paid for Soci's exam, which was £459, and paid our bank fee of £2. Then on the 4th, it was a spendy month looking at this. We bought a load of cards for £15.49, bought some groceries for £6.70, bought some batteries which were for my exercise bike, so came out of exercise for £7, bought the hair dye to make my hair purple for £8.95, and one of us or both of us went to the pub and spent £6. I think actually we just got chips from the Markets app that day. But anyway, on to the next week. We spent £241 on our council tax, and our gas and electricity bill was £108.52. On the 7th, Soch got diesel for £69. On the 8th, we bought some snacks at the supermarket for £8.70, and Soch got some valves on his tyre, I think, repaired for £24. On the 9th, we had no spend days this month, so far this month. That is very sad. On the 9th, we bought some potatoes for £4.15. I don't know why they were £4.15. Who knows? And I got diesel for £60. Bought some gifts for £24.15 and paid my Soch's phone bill for £11. Bought some more groceries for £16.91 on the 11th, and bought some hair stuff, I suspect dye, dry shampoo, etc., bleach, for £13.48 then, because that's the day I bleached and dyed my hair. Then on the 12th, we bought some more gifts for £23.64. On to the next day, the 13th was our first no spend day. That took a while, didn't it? On the 14th, Soch went to the pub and spent £11.40. On the 15th was our second no spend day. On the 16th, I got diesel for £60, bought some new pens for £6.99, and we paid our internet bill for £31.33. I made an order at Planner Face on the 17th for £35.35. Soch bought some yeast for brewing for £2.84, and we bought some weights for exercise for £44.95. We got groceries on the 18th for £23.18. I went out for dinner with a friend, which was £24.44, I think that says. I think it was £22.44, and then the parking was £2, so I've included that there. On the 19th, our YouTube Premium came out, which was £17.99. We also went to the cinema and Pizza Hut, so cinema was £14.49 and Pizza Hut was £41.43. That's that week. On to this current week that we are in now. I got some chips on the way home from work, which were £3.28. Bought a gift for my sister-in-law, which was £58.99. Paid £5 to Mind, which is our charity we go to. Bought some coffee and a water bottle for £17.99. The 22nd was our third and currently final no spend day. Oh, on the 23rd I spent £16.50 at Colourful & Co. I bought lunch for £2.60 and we bought some hairballs for £8.50. Some new scrunchies, which came out of our clothes sinking fund. On the 24th I bought some snacks for our weekend away with Beth and Sophie for £30.15. I bought diesel for £57. Why has Soch not had to fill up again? I feel like he must have bought another lot of diesel and not told me. Anyway, we paid my phone bill for £20.28. Soch went to the pub while I was away for £16.30. He went to the pub, this was with our neighbours, he then went to the pub with my dad and brother for £8.65 on the Saturday, and me, Beth and Sophie got takeaway, which was £39.14. On the 26th I got Cinnabon today. I got Cinnabon on the way home, and Soch did the Sainsbury's shop, which was £4.31, and that is where we are up to so far. So I'm just going to pull up my spending spreadsheet, and I'm going to add in the last few things that I haven't already got in. So just pop the iPod in frame there. So basically the pub isn't in, so this going out. I don't actually know how to type on. Yeah, there we go. I'm used to having the keyboard attached. So we spent £16.30 there. Then he also spent £8.65, and then I spent £39.14, and then groceries we have £9.99 and £4.31. I think everything else is already in. Yeah, so this is where we are at so far, so the keyboard can go away. So in utilities we have nothing remaining, which is how it should be. In direct debits we've we've currently spent £29.79, and there's £18.30 left, which is my Plan of Fave subscription, which comes out tomorrow. Household we budgeted £275 and we haven't spent anything, which is a lie because we have definitely paid our cleaner, which isn't in there. So we should have £180 in there, and we haven't spent anything else on household money. So there is £95 remaining. Travel we budgeted £270. We've currently spent £246, and there's £24 remaining, so not enough for either of us to get a full tank of petrol, but we'll see. Going out, budgeted £250, spent £147.73. We've got £82 remaining, which we won't spend any more of that. Groceries budgeted £300. We did we budget £300? We must have done. Did I update these my numbers? Yeah, we'd budgeted £300. We've spent so far £122.08, and we've got £177.92 remaining. That will cover our big grocery shop. That will cover October, but we need to order that. Social fund money, he spent £2.84, so he's got £422.16 remaining. I've spent £50.85 on fund money and have £344.15 remaining. And other we've spent £16.99 and have £18.01 remaining, and sinking funds we've spent £796. So that's how September has gone for us. Obviously there are a few bits that there are a few days left. There are 4 days left. We may spend a bit more in some categories, but we'll see how we get on. But I'm pretty pleased with where we're at this point. I don't know how much we're going to put into savings, but we'll see. So yeah, that's September so far. So that's that. So now we need to set up for October. I'm actually going to start here with our transaction log. This is my business transaction log. It is just to mark any business transactions that I make in the month, so that when I come to do my bookkeeping for Tilly Journals, I have somewhere easy to go and look at. It just makes life so much easier when I just have to go and look at one page and I don't have to look at my different bank accounts to see where I've spent business money. Well, no, personal money on the business. I do, as a general rule, try and buy things out of the business bank account, but I'm not great at it, partly because I get points on things with my credit card. It is the only reason I have a credit card. I pay my credit card off in full every month, and it does not get spent if I do not have the money. I know that is a privilege, and I accept that, but that is just how I work. So yeah, I don't really use the totals bar, but I like to put it in because I have it, so I'm like, might as well use it. And so then we'll just rip off these extra bits of washi, hopefully neatly, but it doesn't really matter to me if they're not very neat because they are not ripping hugely neatly, but that's fine. There. And then for the past couple of months, I have not been using the monthly spread, nor have I been using all 4 of these pages, so we're just going to rip that page out. Bye-bye. Because I just keep my weekly check-in now on virtually. So this is the time where I have to check 3 million times what I do here. So looking at the last month, there is space for a strip of washi at the top and the bottom of this page. And by washi, I mean the glitter washi that is included in the kit. So I'm just going to pop this up at the top here. And I think these are the same colour. And down at the bottom. And then we will put everything else in between. Hopefully it will fit nicely. We are currently only saving for one thing, which has made a bit more space on this page because we've decided to throw any money that we have to go put into savings at the wedding at the moment, just to try and, you know, be able to afford our wedding without taking out any debt. If we can't, we won't. We will cut things back in the wedding. We're not going to go into debt for our wedding. That's just how we work. So we've got 3 lines there to write in our 2 proper streams of income, and then I just leave a 3rd line for if we get any additional money from anything at all. So yeah, and then we go on to the expenses, and again this is just our 10 budget categories that I use absolutely everywhere in this, which are direct debits, utilities, direct debit, house travel, going out, groceries, what else? That doesn't feel like enough. Groceries. Oh, both of our fund money is separate. Other, and then sinking funds. So they are our like 10 budget categories, and I will talk a bit more about sinking funds when I'm writing everything in this video, because I did have a question about them last month, and I do always ask for topics to chat about, and if somebody doesn't understand sinking funds, this seems like the perfect place to try and explain them. Not that I necessarily think I'm the most qualified person in the world to explain them, but I'll do my best. I somehow seem to have loads of space left here. I'm not really sure why. Can I not count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can't count. Excellent. How did I manage that? How did I manage that? I literally counted like 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's this line. I still seem to have quite a lot more space than I thought I should. Because I only have 1 savings category, but it can just be written. It can just have 2 lines to write in. I could probably fit. Yeah, that's just going to do. Alright. This will be income, expenditure and savings, and on the other page we will do my sinking funds. So on sinking funds we have space at the top and the bottom of the page for a strip of washi. So we'll just do that first, and we will straighten out the page again in a second. I do realise it is really wonky at the moment. Or is this just a wonky page? No, it was just sitting really wonky. I was a bit worried then I'd cut a wonky page. Then we also do have space for a glitter strip, because why not? Because I've already forgotten how many. I literally just counted how many sinking funds I have and I've already forgotten. Why am I like this? So anyway, we'll pop those in. And then I think if I just put in my top and bottom stuff, it leaves the right amount of space, but we will double check once it is all in. Just going to pop in the totals bar at the bottom. Then at the top we have the actual like sinking funds header there. Good. And the category header. So hopefully that will leave us with the right number of lines. Yeah, so that leaves me with the 14 lines I need for my sinking funds. So we're just going to rip off the edge of this very unevenly put down washi tape. It's fine. It doesn't matter to me. How did you get folded around there? What did I do? How do I manage these things? I do wonder sometimes. It's fine. So we've got rid of all of that. So that is our actual pages for the budget setup. So let's now set up these weekly spreads. And all I do for these, and I'm tell you this every time, and I'm sure it must get boring, is I just pop down some washi at the bottom to make the page pretty. The washi has zero purpose other than trying to get me to come back and look at this planner every single month. Every single day to check in and actually, you know, get my budget tracked. It doesn't always work. I've not been great at doing daily check-in. I am trying to check in at least twice a week. I know our budget goes better when we check in every single day. But to be honest, anything is better than nothing. That's generally my attitude to everything. I recently saw a thing, and this is a fun little topic I'm probably going to talk about more in detail in a different video. But it basically said, it was about something a lecturer had said to somebody a long time ago, and it was something along the lines of, it's always worth doing something poorly. And basically they didn't understand it until they struggled with something, and then they realised what the lecturer always meant was it was better to do something badly than just to not do it at all, and that without doing things badly you're never going to do things well, so it is always worth doing something poorly, as in badly, which I just thought was a really interesting little topic. So that's sort of what I was saying about budgeting. It is better to like check in twice a week than to never check in, because you cannot. I don't think you can stick to a budget unless you check in with it. I just don't think that's feasible. I mean, maybe other people manage it. Maybe other people manage to like keep a mental check on how much they've spent on certain things, but I don't. And I just know if I didn't keep track of my budget every single day, there is not a chance in the world that I would stick to it and keep sticking to it. I just think I would fall apart and start spending willy-nilly. And I know the month that we stopped tracking our budget was in July. That's what I did. I fell off and I just spent money because I knew I could without having to put in the budget, and I didn't have to admit to anybody but myself. And it's not a good way to live. And that is why, however okay we are with money, I think I'm going to always track my budget. But we'll see. We'll see how things go. But that's kind of where I'm at with things. Let me know in the comments down below how your budget is going. Are you managing to stick to it? Are you on the struggle bus? Let me know. So that is actually everything before the pen that we need to do. So let's have a little flip through how things are looking so far. So we've got our transaction log here, which will be filled in for business expenses. We've got our monthly spread that is just ignored. I'll possibly take these pages together, or I'll just ignore it. Then we have our monthly budget. So we have income, expenses and savings. We've got our sinking funds page. Then we have our 4 weekly spreads there. So yeah, I will now speed up and write everything in. So while I am writing everything in, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about sinking funds, as I said I would earlier in the video. So sinking funds are essentially regular expenses that you have that are not monthly. And these can be anything. These can be expenses you know are going to come every single year or every 3 months or whatever. So for example, we pay our water bill every 3 months. So we know that every 3 months we're going to have less money if we didn't use sinking funds. However, instead of having to find the whole water bill in, I don't know, say we pay it in March, rather than having to find the whole water bill in March, we put aside money in January, February and March, and we only have to put aside a third of it each month. We do the same thing for car insurance because we pay our car insurance quarterly. We also do it for things like, I have a planner sinking fund because I know I'm going to buy a planner every year, though maybe I won't be this year actually, so that possibly will just, did I get rid of my planner sinking fund? I actually think I might have got rid of my planner sinking fund. I used to have a planner sinking fund, that's a good one for people. Yeah, I did. But essentially they're expenses you know are going to come but aren't necessarily frequent, and they don't have to be a certain amount of money, a particular amount of money at a certain time. For example, we have a cats and a car work one. We know our cars are going to break down at some point. We don't know when that will be. We know they're going to have an MOT, and we know that's going to cost money, and if they need any repairs, that's going to cost money. So rather than having to, if our car breaks down, so in July my car needed, was it July, June? Recently my car needed nearly £1,000 worth of work. If we had to find that month, we would not have been able to, but instead we had money set aside to use for that. So we could just take it out of there because we've been putting a small amount aside every single month. It was annoying and it was frustrating that we had to cut down our car work sinking fund, but it wasn't the end of the world. Okay, so that is everything for this video. So I just have a little flip through. We've got my transaction log here set up ready for any business transactions. This is actually a monthly spread with the new Colourful & Co monthly kit, so I'm just going to give that a little shout out. It's absolutely gorgeous, love it. If you use my A6 planners, definitely recommend checking out Colourful & Co. This was actually just to test the size, and so she's just going to trim a tiny bit off those and move the Thursday, Friday and Sunday a little bit to make them centred a little bit better. So yeah, this was just for size testing and it's glorious. So then we've got monthly budget. As I said, I don't know how much we're getting paid yet because we've not been paid yet this month, and this will be our first month of our current pay. Budget is there, obviously this will get filled in later in the month. Hoping to save £2,100 for our wedding again. Sinking funds I can't put in the start because we haven't quite finished out this month yet, but that's where we're currently at. And then we have our weekly spreads, so that's first one, second one, third one, and the final one there. So yeah, that is all I have for this video. Comment, like down below if you enjoyed it. Let me know what your plans for your budget are this month. Is there anything different? Are you starting to put more money towards Christmas or anything like that? Let me know in the comments down below, or let me know what you think of sinking funds and how I explained it. If you've got any questions, leave them down below, or any topics for me to talk about next time. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!